So I was doing an earlier recording, and the screen recorder cut off. I've been having so much problem with my phone, being attacked by virus. I've been enjoying transactions. So I want to play the recording before I continue. The recording that cut off. I'm a Nigerian transsexual being abused here in the United States. The law enforcement is introducing the Guantanamo Bay torture in which they're abusing foreigners severely all over America. I appealed to the Nigerian embassy and they wouldn't help me. I don't know what kind of corrupt act they have with the NYPD and the U.S. government, because Nigeria has a bilateral agreement with the U.S. government to help expose crimes against each other's citizens. And they refuse to help me, but they help the white Americans that are defrauded by Nigerian fraud schemers. So my mother was killed here. My daughters, Malali and Flora, the daughters are born in America. My mother was born in Nigeria, but she was a naturalized U.S. citizen. And the daughters killed her for insurance fraud purposes. That's what my mother told me. I was recording her as she was telling me this. And also, I had sued the NYPD for wrongfully removing me and my mother from our basement apartment in 2010. Eric Garner was trying to help us with the court papers. The police were like choking him dead. And I also required Eric Garner. And that's my all the evidence I have. Also, I've been under the FBI surveillance because I used to have an immigration case when my mother broke to America in 2000. The immigration arrested me even though I have a green card stamp with my passport. I was just 19, and under American immigration law, any child under 21 is still a child. And my mother had a green card. So they arrested me. So I've been trying to sue the U.S. immigration, sue the NYPD, and at the hospital where my mother's daughters feigned mental illness for my mother, Bellevue Hospital in New York, because my mother was having heart disease. My mother said her daughter Bolade was feeding her poison when she went to live with the daughter, and like a antifreeze poison. And so she came back to New York. My mother came back to New York to check us, to go into a hospital in New York to privately seek treatment. And the daughter was able to come to New York and find her, even though my mother didn't tell the daughter what hospital she was in. So my mother was surprised at how the daughter was able to find out what hospital she was in, because under American law, your health information is supposed to be private, and no hospital is supposed to disclose what hospital you're in. Because a lot of people have been abused, you sometimes run into the hospital and you deserve privacy. So my mother was surprised that her daughter was able to find out, and also she said her daughter Bolandi was into drugs and was with the bad gang. So sometimes when people are involved. Okay, so let me continue from here. So sometimes when people are, involved with crime, the FBI and CIA will hire them as confidential informants, and they will have access to the FBI, resources, surveillance resources, and they're they're delegating. I heard they're using family members against immigrants, and getting, to harm immigrant. So a daughter, killed my mother after I sued the NYPD. And also my mother made a comment about the NYPD that they're terrorizing black lives and evicting blacks out of their apartment illegally. She made that comment to a TV station, WB11, around 2010, after the police evicted us. And then one of the police commissioner, Bernard Carrick, gave an interview that, that some people live with the basement where they lose a child. After that, Rigona was trying to help my mother with her court papers. It got choked by the police there. Me and my mother has been through that badly by the police. And, it seems the FBI may be involved. I don't know if our daughter Bolani is part of the FBI program also, because my mother was surprised how the daughter was able to show up in the hospital, that my mother was getting treated at. And even though my mother didn't tell the daughter, the hospital. And the daughter ordered the hospital to torture my mother, told them to lock her up in the psych ward, even though my mother wasn't crazy and she passed the mental health test. And the hospital strangely obliged. And when they were trying to force my mother into psych ward, she died because she didn't want to go into the psych ward. So they agitated her. And, and in medicine, there's something called broken heart syndrome. If you put somebody under so much stress, they can have a heart attack and die. So, and also, right now, somebody's been sponsoring violence attacks against me, where I'm getting punched in the head, I'm getting beat up. And when I call the police wouldn't help me. So they say the FBI engages in all these kind of abuses to, it's like they're trying to set me up for a violent killing. They're trying to trigger me to fight back so I can be overpowered and beat up and killed. Because I've been exposing secrets about the America that is not safe for the World Cup. that my mother was killed, my friend Ghana was killed, and the police and the FBI refused to cooperate and let me testify against the killers, the Arigona killer, and my mother's killer, her daughters, Bonnie and Flora, so that these killers can be put in prison. So it's like the FBI and CIA are notorious for getting people killed. They've allegedly assassinated a number of foreign leaders and terrorists. So they brought up, even though the Congress said they can't use those kind of brutal methods anymore, they allegedly were found to have killed a civil rights activist called Martin Luther King. His family sued later on because they got information late that the FBI was involved and the CIA most allegedly, and the family could only get $100. So right now I'm experiencing violent attacks whereby they're hiring Black Americans to punch me, and even the mayor here, the court ordered that people like me have to be given a hotel room because the police illegally evicted me from my basement apartment, and the legal aid sued this since 1990. Sued the city of New York. Like anytime somebody is evicted from their basement apartment by the NYPD, the police department unlawfully, they have to put you in a hotel room. And the court ordered the city of New York to do that. But this mayor, Eric Adams, is only helping Black Americans in my situation, put them in a hotel room. And for 14 years, I've been on the street. He's become mayor now for 2 years. I've been contacting him on social media. I wouldn't help him. And I've been experiencing attacks whereby Black Americans will punch me for no reason. And when the police wouldn't help me, and they would tell me to fight them. So it's like they try to lure me to my death and to make it look like I got accidentally killed, and they don't want to investigate it. So the police have been hesitant to do a police report for me. They'll make me wait and wait. So as I'm saying, the New York City is not safe to host the FIFA World Cup. They're using this to terrorize me some more. So like FIFA says, we wouldn't condone violence inside a football stadium, soccer stadium, or outside. Even England, when they beat up foreigners, their European neighbors, when they come to play soccer matches, when they beat up the foreign fans of the opposing team outside the stadium, FIFA always banned English stadiums. So I don't know why FIFA needs to not make an exception for the United States. I'm a whistleblower for FIFA saying life is not safe here. The police are not helping immigrants, and the FBI are torturing immigrants. And I've been trying to upload the video on my YouTube of the attacks I've been experiencing lately, and the YouTube is taking so long. Normally, a 1-hour video should be uploaded in like 10-20 minutes, but it's been making me wait forever and ever. And I have a lot of videos to upload. So like they say in America, no pick, no case. If you don't have evidence, even if you get killed, they will say it was an accident and you have no evidence, and they will let the killers walk free. So the FBI is torturing foreigners, and some Black Americans hate Africans. So FIFA don't bring the World Cup here because a number of African countries participate in the World Cup, and they're robbing us. An African that was homeless like me, they robbed him, stole his green card, stole his passport. The police wouldn't help you. Me also, my mother's daughters, when they killed my mother, they stole my green card that my mother was holding for me, stole my passport also, which is an hostage. Under American, that's considered taking someone hostage when you take someone's travel document. So I can't work, I can't travel, and the Nigerian embassy wouldn't help me either. So that they're torturing me like Guantanamo torture style. So these are the latest videos I'm trying to upload, and it's taking so long. I've been trying to upload these videos since like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Just 3 videos, the video remaining is less than 1 hour, and it's taking so long. So they're stalling me, so I can't get all my information out there. I'm outside, and I'm being abused of FIFA. I'm a whistleblower. Please don't bring the World Cup to the United States in 2026. They're abusing immigrants like crazy, and the police is not helping us. And they're having some Black American gangs are supporting Africans like me, beating me on the train yesterday, August 22nd. I believe yesterday's August 22nd. Yeah, today's August 23rd, 2024. Yesterday I was on the 86th and 4th Avenue station. I got out of the R train. Some Black American and Spanish gang followed me, and they were trying to beat me up. I ran upstairs, and they followed me upstairs and punched me in front of a police camera. I called the police wouldn't help me. So I'm very afraid for my life. In case I'm killed, my mother's daughters shouldn't be near my corpse. Under the New York law called right of sepulchre, somebody has a right to state how they want their corpse to be handled when they're killed, or when they die or killed. So in case I'm killed, all international human rights activists or local human rights activists should handle my body and should make sure an autopsy is done. They tried to use cars to hit me. They threatened to shoot me with a gun. They tried to kill me with a knife. So only an international human rights activist And in the absence of international human rights activists, a reputable international human rights organization like Amnesty International, or or someone reputable, I would prefer someone that hasn't denied me assistance in the peers. But if there's nobody available, maybe Amnesty International. But I would like a number of human rights groups to take over my cause. My mother's daughters, whether you're in America, Bolivia, and Florida, or the ones in Africa, or any of my family members anywhere, or supposed friends, shouldn't be near my body. All international human rights, I'm an activist, and I want my fellow activists all over the world to get me justice, to make sure they don't believe whatever the medical examiner says. They should hire an independent doctor to perform my autopsy, and watch out for any signs of poisoning. Because sometimes when I buy food, some people be laughing that we got you again, and they'll be spitting on the floor. And sometimes the food made me tired. So the FBI and CIA are conducting torture, and they refuse to put me in a hotel room. The Black American mayor is also not helping me. I contacted them so many times. It's mainly helping Black Americans. So and I don't want my body part to be used to produce children. They also, there's a loophole in American law, and a Black American actress fell for this loophole. She married a guy. It was a regular guy. She was an actress. She was a rich actress, and she married a guy, and the guy went and adopted a child. And said he told her to adopt a child. And so the court they had an oral agreement. So the court said she has to pay child support for 21 years. So under American law, anybody can, if you're killed, anybody can just say you told them you wanted them to create a baby for you, and the person will be the co-parent, and if you're killed, the person would inherit all your property on behalf of the child. So they believe that if they kill me, they believe I'm worth a lot of money. The immigration arrested me wrongfully when I was 19 years old in 2000. I had a green card in my passport, and my mother had a green card. She brought me from Nigeria into JFK, and they arrested me, said children are not welcome in America. And for 8 years, I had to fight that case until my green card was restored back to me. And my mother had to hire like 5 different immigration attorneys, and my mother has been finally killed. So I don't know what is going on, but I've been hearing reports that the FBI and CIA, if they want to harm an immigrant, they will find somebody in the immigrant's family, somebody they can work with, most likely someone that has U.S. citizenship, and they'll make that person an agent of the FBI. And so my mother's daughter has been showing up, and right here I'm now in Target store. I'm close by Target store. This is where I normally hang out, on Greenwich Street and Murray. So there was a white guy, there was a white homeless guy that used to sit with me outside the store, and it was like from another city. He's not from New York, he's from another state. He has an accent from another state. Maybe he's from Canada, I don't know. But he likes the Black culture, so he has dreadlocks. So my friend Erigana was struck dead, and one day was reporting in the news that this guy was struck dead also. And they can't find the killer, and he always sits near me. So they've been sending terror messages. And my mother's daughter, when I go into in front of the Target store, was killed across the street from the Target store. So when I go to that Target store where this white guy was killed, sometimes when I go to the bathroom, I would hear somebody come to the bathroom, and the person would sound like my mother's daughter, and she would make some comments and leave, and wouldn't let me see her face. So I'm like, how is she able to spot where I'm at? So it's like, they say sometimes they try to, it's called there's an American abuse mechanism called gaslighting, that you can drive somebody crazy. I said the FBI does that also. They try to make you make you question your sanity. So my mother, even before my mother, that said that daughter also showed up in the hospital where she was at. My mother was in shock. Like, how did this daughter get the hospital address? My mother said that daughter is part of a gang and she's into insurance fraud. So where the white guy was killed, it sounded like he might be from America or Canada, but not from New York, from another city. And he was killed, he was homeless, and me and him used to sit close to each other. People were helping with money. And just like my friend Ghana was struck dead, all of a sudden I heard in the news he was struck dead also while he was sleeping at night. So some Black Americans have been punching me, so I'm going to be killed also. I'm going to be next. So I don't know why my mother's daughter is coming near where that white guy was killed. So in case I'm killed, that Bolale itinerary needs to be reviewed by international police. And if the NYPD, so I need international activists to look into this. Is she working as an agent of the CIA and FBI? Because they say sometimes, because I've been suing the NYPD, and they said the FBI also joins in to protect the police department. People like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, their family have alleged that the FBI and the CIA killed them because they were raising awareness about civil rights, and the police didn't like that. So, so this was going. In case I'm killed, my body should be handled by international human rights activists. They shouldn't agree to whatever the medical examiner says. If I want an autopsy done, I don't want anybody to use my body part to create children. And I want international human rights activists and local activists to do an autopsy for me in case I'm killed, and hire an independent doctor, maybe from another country. The Nigerian embassy should be involved. They didn't help me, even though they have an agreement with the U.S. government to help prosecute crimes involving Nigerians or Americans. The Nigerian government is helping white Americans that are deported by Nigerians. So as I'm talking right now, the YouTube just uploaded. So I'm experiencing, even though I've been trying to upload videos to Google Drive. The Google Drive was blocking my payment. Said, any credit card, debit cards I use, they tell me decline, even though it has money. So I've been trying Microsoft OneDrive also to upload videos to save as storage, and the Microsoft OneDrive is also messing up, won't help me upload video, even though they're running a free trial for me, which will expire soon. For the past 30 days now, it won't upload video. So it's like they're trying to kill me and destroy all the evidence. So I don't want my mother's daughter, Bolanle, or any of my mother's daughters, or any family member at all. Because when my mother was alive, she reached out to some of the family we had in England, in Nigeria, and none of them were helpless. So my mother said nobody really cares. And she told me she dies and she just keep reaching out to strangers. So whoever calls themselves my friend or whatever, no. I don't have any dealing with anyone anymore. I'm living my life solo. I'm good solo. So I only want my fellow activists, I'm a transgender, to help me look into this case. Because this FBI, they said they allegedly were killing a lot of civil rights activists like Martin Luther King, even international activists and presidents and stuff. So there's like they're back to the terror, and they say what they do in the immigrant communities is to hire an immigrant's family member, especially if that family member has U.S. citizenship, and use that to torment that immigrant. So my mother told us has been lingering around an area where a white guy, homeless guy, was killed. I think this was in 2021 during the COVID. 2021, 2022. I don't remember the exact year. On Murray Street and Greenwich by the Target store, you heard a white guy was choked to death. So there's black American guys following me around, and a black American rapper got Damian Lillard. There was a day I was beat up by some black American females. They surrounded me and were kicking me in Brooklyn. In 2021, as soon as Eric Adams won the mayorship. It's like they already knew this Eric Adams was going to be abusive to me as an African. So some black Americans surrounded me, female were beating me up. I ran across the street to chase me, cars almost hit me. This is terrorism. When you try to get cars to run you over, and they were holding a metal pipe, they were going to beat me to death. And I was the guy recording it, as I was being tortured. So I ran into a store. The white guy was a white American guy. This was close to Atlantic Avenue, close to Atlantic Barclays Stadium in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. So the white guy called 911. I called 911 also, and the police came. They saw the metal pipe in the female. They were teenagers, black female, and they saw the metal pipe in their hand. And the guy said he wants a police report. I said I want a police report. Also, the police declined to issue a police report. They didn't report the incident. So they were covering up the incident, and they told those females to go home, and they told me to leave also, so they're trying to block the incident like it never occurred. But that white guy called 911. This was around 2021. I called 911 also. They can trace the phone call. And now they instructed that their police dispatchers, when you call the emergency number 911, to not to record people's names. So so this police department, they're fighting back since I sued them. And the guy that was supposed to help me Uganda was choked dead. My mother's daughter also killed that Bolanle. I don't know if she works for the FBI. She's a U.S. citizen. I'm a Nigerian with a green card. So this has to be investigated by international courts. And the American social media outfits like the YouTube, Google Drive, Microsoft also, they're making it hard for me to save videos. So in case I'm killed, I won't have no witness. I won't have any evidence. So please, international human rights activists, take this serious, because they can't enslave Africans forever. 10 million Africans were killed during the slave trade 500 years ago. So most likely the FBI and their CIA needs to be arrested over this. They've taken this overboard, torturing me like I'm a Guantanamo Bay prisoner. They don't let me, when I try to use the bathroom, the black American workers in the parks don't let me use the bathroom. They call the police on me and they tell me, let's fight. So I believe that they're telling them, engage that person in a fight and beat them to death, and we'll cover it up as just a crazy foreigner fighting you and you have to defend yourself. So this is torture.
and they shouldn't be allowed to get away with this. So this is just too much torture. Members of the FBI said needs to be arrested, and in case they harm me, you know, my body should be, and if in case I'm harmed, I'm killed, my body should be done, an autopsy should be done by an independent doctor, must be a foreigner, someone that has a lot of robust certification, someone that has a sort of integrity that can't be bribed. Even multiple autopsies, should be done on me to find out every poison they exposed me to. I'm not suicidal. I'm not on any suicidal pact, and I don't want any children. It's under American law. You can just lie that somebody told you that they want you to have the child for them, and then if they're killed, you can go adopt a child or go get pregnant or whatever, and collect money from the person's estate. So I don't have any agreement or anything with anybody. Tell them that I want to have a child. I'm a transsexual, and I'm not in a sexual relationship with anybody for many, many years. I don't have any agreement. So that it's like they're encouraging criminals that you can kill this person and claim anything. We let you get away with it. So they don't want to pay me the money they owe me. My mother was killed in the hospital when her daughter, who may be an FBI agent or CIA agent, showed up there. My mother was in shock. Like, how did this daughter get the name of the hospital? Because my mother was trying to avoid the daughter, because my mother said anytime this daughter gave her food in Pennsylvania, she would she would start having symptoms of a heart attack. So my mother left Pennsylvania to come to New York to go to the hospital. And the daughter showed up there. So my mother was starting to get better. I told them to lock my mother up in the hospital in the mental ward. It was so cold-hearted. And the doctor said my mother was very angry, and then she had a heart attack. I was like, why didn't you do CPR? I'm like, how could she die? And somebody told me my mother didn't die right away. She was still trying to get up, and they ignored her and watched her die. So I don't know what is going on in that Bellevue hospital. They're torturing immigrants to death. FIFA don't bring the World Cup here. They have a case to answer. And also the Nigerian church my mother used to attend, synagogue church, as soon as I sued the NYPD, they killed my friend in 2014. I regret I was supposed to help him. And the church me and my mother used to attend in Nigeria, a Russian military plane said they saw an American plane leave a German airbase, go into Nigeria, and the Russians were following it. They thought it was going to come to Russia to bomb Russia. But they said that America used that plane to bomb places. And they saw this plane going to Nigeria, so the Russians said they were really shocked that they thought, why is America going to Nigeria? Nigeria is not fighting America. And the Nigerian pastor said he had a surveillance camera in front of his church, and they picked up a mysterious plane hovering on top of his church, and then the church came crashing down. The section of the church whereby the South African tourists in the church were staying, white South Africans were staying, and some Nigerians and other Africans were staying. But the section of the church where the American tourists were staying, white American tourists, that section, they didn't blow it up. So they were able to get the intel of where the Americans were and where the other nationalities were, and they killed the other nationalities. So it's like the FBI and CIA and the military believe their only American lives, native-born American lives matter, and the whole world can go screw themselves. And the one is to hold them accountable. Hitler tried that, and all his soldiers have been arrested. So America shouldn't think they're an exception. So please, we'll take this serious, FIFA. This is not a safe country to host the World Cup. They're stealing green cards from foreigners, Africans. They're stealing our passports. The mayor, Eric Adams, is corrupt, but the FBI is letting him do. It's not arresting him. They say he's collecting bribery money from China government and Turkish government, but he's helping abuse Africans. So they've not arrested him. So it was most likely will be in the mayor is a black American when the World Cup starts, and they're going to go after the Africans, and they could abuse them. And now the scam is a romance scam, baby trafficking scam. It's under American law. You can just claim somebody told you to have their baby, and you can go have sex with somebody else and claim the baby belongs to that person. They say the American law allows that. So foreigners can be subject to this kind of baby scam. They can say the person had an oral agreement with them, and the court would agree to that. Someone you don't even know. Say you told them to go have sex with another person and create a baby for you, and you share the baby with them. So if you die, all your property will go to that baby, and the other person would claim the property with the baby. So this is a scam that they're now running. So it's not to say there's all kinds of scam. They hack into my phone, delete all my videos. That's why I'm in a hurry to keep posting videos online. So thank God the Nigerian created the internet in the 1990. His name is Michael. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's from another tribe, from Nigeria, and from another tribe, so I don't know how to pronounce the name. So the internet is what is like keeping my hope alive. It's like the David Stone in my hand. And I believe the American torture agent, the FBI and CIA, if I keep posting videos, the war can get them. Instead of being using family members, employing immigrant family members to work as CIA agents and FBI agents and to torture these immigrants and to set them up and stuff. So my mother's always coming around. She lives in Pennsylvania, but I believe she moved to New York or somewhere, and she always comes around me when I go to use the bathroom. And she either taunt me and quickly leave the bathroom. And then when I get out of the bathroom, the workers in the toilet store will tell me you stink, and they will try to start a fight with me. So so they're using torture, and I'm getting denied access to the bathroom anywhere else. So they're not, and this mail also is kicking immigrants out of the shelter, the hotels, and African immigrants, let them sleep on the street. And they say it's going to use this police to move them out of the street also. And they just, and it's just creating police encounters, which sometimes end up fatal. Because sometimes if you're angry that the police harass you, they can beat you to death or shoot you to death. An African was killed with 40 bullets by the NYPD in 1999. His name is Diallo. The whole war march, the police officers get away with it. He was trying to show the police his ID. And this Eric Adams is a black American, is trying to set up Africans like that to put them in a position that they can be killed, like, because this NYPD has killed a lot of black Americans, like Sean Bell, Eric Garner. So it's not putting Africans in a position that they'll be in direct confrontation with the police. So the Africans that sell stuff on the street is raiding them, seizing billions of dollars worth of their property from them. And these Africans are going broke. I, as an African, also am going broke. People help me with money, but now they chase me all over the place. They don't let me stay anywhere. They send thieves to steal my property and tell me you're going to be killed if you keep coming to this neighborhood. So I'm running from neighborhood to neighborhood, So they just scare me away from everywhere so people don't help me with money. Because sometimes when people see me sitting somewhere, they sometimes help me with money. So they're terrorizing African lives. So FIFA America shouldn't be able to get away with this. They're torturing, to arrest them. They're creating insecurity in the world. They said this, I read a lot. So I was able to, true to my reading, I was able to find out about all this even before they were able to before I sued the NYPD and they sent the FBI against me and killed my friend Eric Garner with the police, choked him that he was going to help me with my court papers, and they all were much for him. And the killers still working free. They didn't let me testify in court. My mother's killers are Doris, Balali, and Flora working free. And the Dr. Mohammed, my mother is a Christian, that helped to kill my mother in Bellevue Hospital, is working free also. And somebody said my mother's eyes were still moving even after declaring death. She was still trying to get up, and they watch her die as a Christian woman. So they're torturing Africans. So please, FIFA, don't bring the World Cup here. This is a torture zone. They extended the Guantanamo Bay torture. A lot of the British prisoners that were free from Guantanamo Bay have videos on YouTube. So they waterboard me in the bathroom also. As soon as I try to use the bathroom, the black Americans will start banging on the door. Say, get out. We're calling the police on you. And they will start scaring me to make my body have an explosion so that my colon could rupture. And they'll call the police and scare me. They won't let me finish. I said the black American park worker also just killed a Spanish immigrant on July 18 in Brooklyn. Any park I go to, the New York City park, and this Eric Adams has been putting money, giving the black American pay increase. Anywhere I go where they torture me, will increase their pay increase, send them more money to their department. The New York City Staten Island Ferry increase their paycheck, and they always torture me in the ferry. When I try to use the bathroom, call the police on me, won't let me finish. So it's like they're trying to promote my stomach to rupture. People have been dying like that. When you want to use the bathroom and they don't let you use the bathroom, your colon could become compacted and rupture, and you die of hemorrhage. And they'll claim nobody did that to you, you did it to yourself. Sometimes when you want to pee so bad and you don't pee, your bladder could rupture. So they're trying all kinds of techniques to torture me to death. And they said, in the Guantanamo Bay prison also, they will drown people with waterboard. To me, they make sure when I'm about to pee, I'm about to use the bathroom to bring out fecal matter, they will make sure they stop me in the middle of doing that. Scare me with their police, start banging on the door, to make sure it's like to create an uneasy feeling. And tell them to get out now, get out now. They'll be torturing me. and the police will come with guns and get out now. You can't finish. So they're torturing immigrants. FIFA don't bring foreigners here. They need to arrest the criminals in the FBI and the ones to be protesting. FIFA, that World Cup, people may not show up. It may be a World Cup that you're going to gain zero because they need to be held accountable for the Africans they've killed. I'm going to inform the soccer players, the superstars. FIFA send a delegation to meet with this mayor and let him know. He needs to answer. He needs to answer for the Africans that the police are abusing and my dead mother and his fellow Black American. And he said he knows the Arigona family also. So since the Arigona has been killed, it's like they want me dead also because Arigona was trying to help me as an African and they can't bring him back to life. So FIFA, he needs to answer. He needs to answer. And their YouTube needs to answer also. They're delayed. It said 2 hours to this video right here, August 23rd, 38% uploaded. So I have to wait 2 hours. It's like a 30-minute video. You shouldn't wait 2 hours to post the video. So I've been waiting. So thank God the Nigerian created the internet, and now I can expose them. Their media wouldn't help my mother. She contacted the media and they posted her on news one time only in 2010. And the police, one of the former police commissioner, his name is Carrick, and he said some people live, and he made a statement to the press after that. He said some people have lived with a loser child in the basement. And since then the police went and choked my friend Uganda dead. I was trying to help us with my papers. And people match for Uganda, but nobody will match for me. Even when I'm getting beat up on the street, the Black Americans will just ignore me. And it's like some of them feel entitled that the world has to do things for them, match for them, because they're better. And as an African, nobody would help me. I reached out to the Black Lives Matter group online, send them videos, they won't contact me back. So they believe the world holds them back. They're so much better. Sometimes they tell me my English is poor. I don't speak with a real American accent. And they treat me like I'm a criminal. I'm like, I'm a foreigner. Give me a break. And even this Eric Adam is the mayor. He said, go back to where you came from. New York is for real New Yorkers. He said, I don't talk the real proper American English. So they treat me like the world is beneath them. And FIFA, you need to stop kissing the floor the American step on. FIFA, I'm so sorry. Grow some masculinity. And please stand up for human rights. Like you said, violence is not condoned in soccer. As I've been saying, the Americans shouldn't host the World Cup. They've been sending their gangs to beat me up, and the police won't arrest these gang members. So FIFA, this is enough excuse to ban the New York from hosting the World Cup. Mexico and Canada can do the job. So I'll continue to post all these horrible videos. They're bullying me, and some of their bully in their law enforcement love that when they can outpower you and beat you up and claim, But thank God, the Nigerian created the internet is the David Stone. Like when David confronted Goliath, he had the stone inside. That's all he had. So all I have is the internet. They took my green card away, my passport away. But God's so good. In Nigerian created the internet. I'm a Nigerian also. So I'll keep posting videos. YouTube can't stop me. Sometimes they tell me I can't post videos anymore for the day. I've reached the maximum number of videos. They come up with all kinds of tricks. So I keep posting videos. I hope somebody help me alert FIFA. So this is what's going on. The Guantanamo Bay prisoners, they don't have access to cell phones. So they're trying to get me arrested and lock me up in a mental ward also. In which the last time they did that to me, they had a guy come, attack me on the street in Brooklyn 2019. He was touching me in a sexual manner. I told him to stop it. And then in the middle of the night, the police camera was recording, and I told him to stop it. And the police came and said, we heard you were fighting with something. I said, the guy was sexually harassing me. And the police knocked me down and choked me. I have the video on my YouTube also. And they refused to arrest those police officers, which is a crime to choke somebody. The bystanders were screaming and shouting for the police to leave me alone. And they went and dropped me in the psych hospital. And they were forcefully medicating me, even though I had no prior mental illness before that. And they were misdiagnosing me with what kind of mental illness. I called the Nigerian embassy, they refused to show up in the hospital. I was tortured for 7 days before they threw me out on the street. After my green card was stolen, my passport has been stolen and everything. So right now I'm on the street, they don't let me use the bathroom. And all I have is my phone to be posting videos. So I'll keep posting all these horrific videos. And they're sending people to dupe me. And the Black Americans don't really help me. They're activists. They only help their fellow Black Americans. But they expect the world to match for them. So a lot of the activists. I've been reaching out to Black Lives Matter, posting videos, and they don't answer me back. So FIFA is the attitude the Africans will get if they come here and something bad happens to them. They will get no help. They'll be forever stuck on the street or stuck in a mental ward somewhere. So FIFA, please do better. Please do better, and please stand up. let there be equal justice. And in case I'm killed, an autopsy needs to be done by human rights activists all over the world. My mother's daughters or any of my family or so-called friends shouldn't come near my body. I don't trust any of them. My body parts shouldn't be used to create any children for procreation. And in case I'm physically harmed, I said the governor just approved the method whereby they're keeping it in the frozen nitrogen for a long time to extend your life while in coma. I don't want any life extension. Do you know, in case they're trying to run me over with a car, I don't want anybody to, except I'm killed and they do an autopsy. I don't want to be kept in coma, under nitrogen. And I'm not safe in any other country. I was abused in Nigeria. That's when my mother brought me here, and my mother has families in England and everywhere. She reached out to the families; they didn't help. My father also was abusive to me. He's now dead. Also, he died mysteriously, and his family members, I don't trust them. They're in England and everywhere. I don't trust them also. So the only place I'm safe in is America, which is weird. I'm not safe in any other country because some of these other countries, they are allies with America, like Canada and England. So I don't trust that I'll be safe in any of these countries because they will tell their allies to set me up also and get me killed and cover it up. So I should be allowed to remain in America. I'm a green card holder. I'm a permanent resident here. In case anything happens to me, I should be allowed to remain in America. And if I'm killed, an autopsy should be done by human rights activist groups, and it should help me get justice for me and my late mother. And all my assets should be used to get justice for me and late mother, and the remaining assets should be used to help those suffering xenophobia like me get justice, and also to help them to donate to charity for those suffering xenophobia like me. So this is what's going on.